I want to ask you about All Things Comedy. You've got what is All Things Comedy? Is it a production company? Is it a podcasting network? I mean, this is a company.
It's everything.
It's everything.
It's everything. It started out. Years ago, we were watching the whole podcast thing exploding, and then watching what always happens. Like the artists create a scene, and then the businessman comes in and is like, okay, here's the deal. I'm going to wrangle all this up. I'm going to own it, but you're going to get all this exposure. And you're going to have to tap dance for the rest of your night, and I'm going to have a fucking yacht in 5 years, right? So we're like, well, what's stopping us? At this point, the technology had come about where you could actually start your own thing. And there was podcast networks out there where they were doing this thing where they owned a percentage of it. Yeah.
Wow.
Like owned your podcast. And we were telling everybody, going, dude, you don't have to give that away. But like...
you see that kind of stuff on YouTube a lot too.
Yeah. Right. But a lot of people from my generation, in a weird, like a prison kind of thing, you were institutionalized where you just thought, I can't own anything. I need to go do bigger thing. It's like, no, dude, you have your own TV right here, your own channel. So we tried to do more of a co-op where everybody owns the thing, owns their podcast. And
that's
interesting. So that's basically, and we all hype each other's projects.
That's
and
very
Paul
cool.
Verzi's, one of the guys on our network from the Verzi Effect podcast, when he had his first comedy CD come out, we all tweeted about it at the same time, and he put out a great album, and that came together, and he went #1 on iTunes in both the United States and in Canada as an unknown at that point. And now we just produced a stand-up special for him for Comedy Central, and Comedy Central has bought 3 more hours from us, so we're going to be produced. So now we kind of get to pick the people that we like.
Really cool.
These guys, men and women that we think are hilarious. So, so it's then, I'm currently writing a movie, and we partnered with Soapbox Films, and I'm writing with somebody who isn't with All Things Comedy, but if he likes it, we're going to drive it through there and just kind of build this thing up. And the whole thing was, to do this, trying to do it the right way was quite a task, but we wanted to have comedians to have a friggin' ray of light that they could go to, where everybody wasn't just trying, to fuck you over like on specials and stuff, like the shit that goes down.
Really?
The stuff that goes down.
You mean like slices of the pie going in all different directions?
Like people having side deals with networks that suck or are going out of business. That's something that we ran into. And it's just like, hey, every special you bring us to, you get 60 grand. So then all of a sudden, this guy for 60 grand is now going to tell you, hey, go to this shithead network instead of like Netflix or something where it's going to be seen. Yeah, and it's just like that's only the tip of the iceberg, and then expenses and all this and all this stuff, and
sky high expenses with no accountability.
Yes, all of that type. Well, the thing was, back in the day, it was like, I swear to God, there were some people that literally had inside people like TMZ has at the airports to say, what celebrities are going through. They would literally have inside people at the network, and they would figure out what your budget was, because you'd get in business with a production company, and you'd be like, what can you shoot this for? And it's like, well, how much money you got? It's like, well, I'm not going to fucking tell you that. Exactly. And they would somehow, I swear to God, if you had $1 million, they'd be like, we did the budget. It's going to be like $999,000. And then if you had $9, it'd be like, it's going to be $8.99. They always vacuumed up everything but that final fucking 8%. Right. And then that they went out and they shot the thing for 70, not even, probably whatever the number was. Yeah. And they just
skimmed it.
Just took it. No, that's skimming, dude. They took a giant fucking shovel out of there.
All right.
And that's the one thing that the one thing that has been really disappointing getting into the business world, because I know it's not just the business that I am, but just the level.
When you say business world, you mean owning or being in...
No, just being in the entertainment business.
Okay, entertainment, yeah.
Because entertainment business has a bad rep, but it's just straight across the board. The level of just unabashed stealing that happens in business...
And they justify it,
Oh, they sleep like babies.
Yeah.
It's so rampant that I don't understand people that steal... anybody... If you're a thief... you should be working towards getting on the legal side of stealing, because there's probably more stealing on the legal side of
Oh, of
stealing.
course.
And now you don't have to hide the car. It's
Yeah.
all above board or whatever. And it's just like, you see things like Lord of the Rings. It grossed like, I don't know how many billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like the director had to like sue. Like they
Did
were
he really?
still saying
Peter Jackson sued?
that they
didn't pay him? You're right.
They were saying they were not in profit, and it's a routine thing.
Oh, my
I'm learning this,
God.
writing a movie.
I
Like
remember
it is,
that.
it is a routine experience to be in one side of one of these big conglomerates, pitching the sequel, while in the other side of the building, in the legal department, you're suing them for not paying the first one.
That is so fucked.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and just like auditing and all of that.
With what? They have this shit. I've been through these clauses where like, you can audit us, and if there's less than a 5% discrepancy, you have to pay for it.
5 is good. I usually get like 12.
How do you? How do you fuck up paying me 12%?
Yeah. So what? And then
It's accounting. It's numbers.
Yeah, then you have to pay for the audit. So they kind of gave themselves a license to steal about
Exactly.
8-9%.
Exactly. That's all that means.
Yeah.
I saw my first
Listen,
contract.
this is what we legally owe you, but we're going to write this in so we can steal this. And then if they're really greedy, they'll actually go like beyond it. No, there are some.
Well, they have nothing to lose.
Fucking
Except,
characters out there.
yeah. The first time I saw that clause, I was like, okay, so I have a 5% discrepancy, which means you're going to take 5% more
Yeah.
than you.
And that is
you should.
considered being difficult if you say that in the movie.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the.
Which to me means what? Difficult to steal from?
Yeah,
That
exactly.
happened to us all the time because
Yeah.
in YouTube in the beginning there was so much of that going on, and we would not let it slide. And so it was
Well, I got a
always
YouTube
like,
channel, and I remember they had this thing where if any of your videos get flagged, then you
Some cocksucker can take your revenue.
Yeah, you can. Well,
Yeah.
they said you don't get the advertisement. I said, oh, so you don't run the ad? No, we still run it. And it's
Well,
just like,
so-
well, then who
He's-
fucking gets
he's
it?
taking it.
What it
Yeah.
means.
So what?
is some-
I would have a whole team of people at YouTube just flagging shit.
There are.
That's what
Yeah.
they do.
There are companies like that.
I'm dealing with this shit all the time. What
Yeah.
happens is if you're a copyright holder and I mention you, like we have a video just talking about something and I mention a clip, right? Maybe I show it for a split second. So they've got people, probably just some interns, low-level grunts, that just claim it and they get the money. It's so
and they make so much money like that because they just mass do it,
My thing is
wild.
when they're in the meeting and they present doing that.
They present it like they're on a good mission, like
It's a
people are
crusade.
out
I'm
there
talking about when
stealing.
you guys aren't there, and they're basically presenting how they're going.
They're on
to
a crusade to
how they're
protect
gonna-
their copyright.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to protect our copyright because there's all these pirates online stealing content and we're standing up for ourselves.
No, but I'm saying like if they feel like what you said was offensive to somebody, they would flag it. Like and for
Oh, yeah, that-
my shit, it's just
Yeah.
like that's going to be every clip.
Yeah.
It's frustrating, but yeah, it can be really frustrating, especially when you spend like a whole week working on a video, because that's a lot of YouTubers will post like one video a week, right? And then all of a sudden, some asshole's just like, mine, that's my money now,
How? Like
because they'll claim it because maybe you
Because,
showed some of their work, and there's a fair use, which means that you're allowed by U.S. copyright
Well, I'm not
law
talking
to-
about ripping people off. I'm just talking about you put up your own original content.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about
No, it's original content, but you.
If we talk about something like
Like in a news way, or reacting, or talking, or criticizing,
So sue them.
you can.
We've been
So what
through a
you have to
lawsuit.
do? Yeah, but then you have to get that rep out there that you do that. This is the bullying thing again. Like don't fuck with the H3 podcast, man. These guys they'll
Yeah.
sue you. It's not worth the headache.
We've been
we
through
have
a
some
lawsuit
clout.
that
We
was
have some
Good for you.
Yeah, we have
pretty
some clout.
big on
We
YouTube.
won, by the way,
we did
so.
win.
You won.
Yeah.
Won
That's
that
great.
fucking thing.
When's the movie coming out, man? I
I
want to
know,
see that.
I
That's a
know.
feel-good movie.
Well, it wasn't feel good at the time, but it was. Maybe,
No, I don't
yeah.
give a shit.
Still recovering from that.
But I'm sure this
It was
is what
like-
goes on in showbiz is wild.
No. What goes
But
on
you-
straight across
all business
Everywhere.
all the business? Yeah.
Yeah.
The
All
business of
money.
war.
There's
all
so
the way
much,
down to
you
the
know-
business of a stand-up special.
It's like the people that are always, with the shovel, not skimming, shoveling money out. They're such fucking rich. They're so rich all the time too, and it's like they just cannot be fair. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I just wish I could talk to them and just ask them. Well, I mean, I'm not a perfect person. I mean, that's just where I fuck up in other areas of my life. Maybe this is just their thing, but I just fucking some college kid out of the money on his page. I don't know. or some new comic on a special. So, anyways, that's basically that's why we started, All Things Comedy, and now it's just grown into this thing. We, we're going to produce some TV shows. We're starting to sign some deals, and
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
yeah, and it's
So is it like a management?
no,
I mean, you represent them? No.
no,
You're just a conglomerate.
Yeah, we're like a production. We can also like, whatever you would want to do. The Soapbox Films, they literally edit.
It's
They
a
edited,
union.
Like, they edited like the Muppet movies and all of that. These guys can handle any bullshit idea that I ever have in there.